Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
If we were giving out awards, last year would have won the most entertaining award. A lot of people went away saying how fantastic they were. I think they gained at least like 80 listens or something after that. So I'd like to please welcome to the stage right now. Don't be blasé, everybody!
Oh, shit.
No, very.
For those at the back, that was me saying shitting bricks.
Okay, welcome everybody to the Don't Be Blasé podcast. We're coming to you live from the Elephant Wheelbarrow, joined by... Elephant British Pub. Sorry, it's changing. I'm old, mate. Like, I'm washed. I work on Perry Street. It's not the Planet anymore, and that's still really offending me. But I'm Speed Carolina. I'm usually joined by my friend Steve, who is the blasé in Don't Be Blasé, but luckily joined tonight by the handsome Luke Shags Roberts.
Hello. Thank you.
Now, as you can tell, his hair isn't that shaggy, so I'll let you know where he got the name from. Now, our show is basically a debate show. Me and Steve have been very good friends, as have me and Luke for a very long time, and we like a lot of the same things, but within those subtexts, we do not agree on anything. So we're going to throw out a little, we're going to have a little bit of audience participation, so we need a little round of applause for Luke, because he's first time in front of a live crowd, so get him G'd up, because this is a topic he's going to get very passionate about.
Which I don't know about yet.
No, I decided to spring it on you last minute because that's more fun. And you are a very passionate man. And the whole point of the show is we don't like to just lollygag and just, toe in the water stuff. I like stuff that's really going to go to your heart. So I'm gonna bring up a topic, and I get a feeling I may lose this debate, but I'll see if, over the course of the night I can get these people on my side. What, in your opinion, young Shaggy, is the greater film franchise? The Rocky/Creed films or Harry Potter?
You're a prick.
I know. Because they're two things I know you're very passionate about, and one of them I can't stand.
Rocky.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, God, no, come on now.
All right, well, interesting. Oh, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
I needed prep time for this.
Yeah, no.
Well, I think we both know where I'm going to land very firmly on the side of Mr. Potter and his crew.
Why is that?
Why is that? Because if you're looking for the human experience, the antithesis of life, it's encapsulated in 8 films, just beautifully. We're talking hope, despair, love, loss, grief, passion, friendship.
I'm seeing nerds with wands. That's all I'm seeing when I watch that. I thought you want the human essence. You've got it in the Rocky films. You've got the man who just has to overcome the odds. The man who is told he will not win. And he just wants to prove that he is just a man. And he's worthy of being, being somebody. That's more important than a kid going huggle, puggle, muggle, buggle.
Well, for starters, you don't even know what Sylvester Stallone says in any of the Rocky films.
Well, it's about the same as the stuff in Harry Potter.
What's he overcome? Tell me what's he overcome. Harry Potter should have... I'm about to swear. You got me heated. He should have fucking died.
Yeah?
Multiple occasions.
Yeah?
What does Sly overcome? Tell me what Rocky overcame.
He overcome some
anything.
pretty serious brain damage, which I'm pretty sure he had before he even made the movie. So you've heard him talk. He's had a slur the whole time. He overcame the lack of opportunity, being run down from the start, being overlooked. And he built himself up to become the heavyweight champion of the world.
So he overcame a speech impediment, and you want me to...
And a mild case of Down syndrome.
And you would have put that on a kid who, obviously, parents died early on.
Yeah.
Lived in a fucking cupboard
Yep.
for his entire life. Found out after being emotionally, physically, I'm going to assume sexually abused by his aunt and uncle.
I think you're reading some fan fiction with that.
Maybe
You've gone really deep in the internet with that one, haven't you?
I just could be projecting my childhood. He's overcome all of that to then actually, to just even start at, 10, 11, finding out that he's a wizard from Mr. Hagrid, Mr. Rubius Hagrid. Then he has to overcome years of media pressure from...
Media pressure?
Media pressure. Rita Skeeter's after him.
Paparazzi, you reckon?
The paparazzi. Rita Skeeter and a Quick Quills quotes after him from Daydot. What is... do you know what I mean? It's not even close, man. What has Rocky overcome? He punched a fucking slab of lamb and then got his ass kicked by Apollo.
He didn't get his ass kicked. He went the distance, and that was the whole point. That's the beautiful thing about the first Rocky film, is it set the template that it didn't have to be a traditional Hollywood film where the good guy has to win at the end. It wasn't about winning. It was about showing that he could be. He was worthy of being on that stage. The whole life he's been told he's a loser, he's a loan shark, everyone treats him like shit, he's a nice guy, heart of gold, does his best. Like, he goes and tells a crappy joke every day to the pretty girl that he likes. I can relate to that. I've told this pretty girl a shitty joke every day, and I don't know why she likes me. But I think it's because I relate a lot to this character. Just a big meathead that just wants to feel like he belongs. And so that's why I've always loved the character. He had to overcome all of that, and he just, like I said, he didn't get to win, but he just, there's that scene at the end of the first one. And don't tell me you don't get goosebumps when you're watching the first fight and the string music comes in and Apollo's beating the shit out of him, and then he stands up and he's in corner, even his trainer's telling him to stay down, and he stands on his feet, and even Apollo looks across the ring like, what do I have to do to knock this guy down? And he just stands there, because he can't really talk because he's really retard. But and then you get goosebumps. I do. Yeah, you understand. It's not about winning and losing all the time, and that's the perfect analogy for love. It's not about winning and losing. It's just being there and proving that you belong. Everyone belongs. Everyone deserves to be here. Everyone deserves a shot.
I do enjoy that, and let's. I need to put out there. It's not that I dislike Rocky.
This is why I chose it, because I think you might turn on my side.
you and I have cuddled and cried during recently Creed 2.
Yes, that is, we're just full disclosure, guys. We did go to see Creed 2 together. Went to the new cinemas at Teacher Plaza, which had those little chairs you could sort of sit back and relax in. It was kind of nice, but unfortunately I had to sit next to my girlfriend.
Yeah, unlucky champ.
I know. But then by the end of the movie, he was sitting behind me. We both got up, didn't even say a word, walked down to each other, big embrace, wiping tears away. Not our proudest moment, but it was there. The passion was there. I just don't think any sort of wizard can bring me to tears.
Oh, fucking hell, mate. Have you been paying attention to this franchise at all? We're talking 3, nobodies. Ron Weasley, second youngest of a whole group of wizards that are looked down upon.
Yes.
They're the lower class, they're the scum. Hermione, muggle-born, genius kid, but a little bit up herself. No one wants to hang out with her. Harry, the kid who's come in with all the pressure on him, absolutely scrutinised without even realising it. And through their bond, they took down the greatest dark wizard that we've ever known.
See,
that's better than frickin' Apollo, Chubbs from Happy Gilmore.
You're not throwing Chubbs at me.
I'm throwing Chubbs at you.
See, my issue with Hermione, it's that she's the outcast and stuff like that. She is like but the girl they got to play her, it's classic girl from teen movie, she's got paint on her overalls, she's got glasses and a ponytail, she only takes it off, all of a sudden she's beautiful. Don't try to tell me this girl. It was horrible casting. Adrian was a dud, and they picked an actress that was a bit of a dud, and it kind of worked. It didn't quite work later on when Rocky, all of a sudden, Stallone just started, I don't want to be the stupid one anymore, and he started glamming himself up in Rocky 3 and 4.
Fact.
But it did work, and their relationship alone, that's the hardest thing to try to explain, because most people see it from the outside, it's just a movie about blokes punching each other. And, that's one of the highlights of the film. But the love story between Adrian and Rocky is the real thing that keeps that franchise going. That's it. Thank you for the Adrian in the back there.
and then what do they do to her?
Huh?
What do they do to her? What do they do to her?
They kill her in Rocky.
They kill her. They kill her. They kill her.
I was 2 minutes into Rocky Balboa, went and saw it at the cinema with a friend, and the first scene is him going to the cemetery, sitting there, and he's talking to her. And I'm like, they fucking killed her. I'm like, already tears rolling down my cheeks. It wasn't a good start. Wasn't a good start at all.
Your point about casting with Hermione?
Yes.
Not my proudest moment, but...
this isn't going to get down child sex.
I called it early,
yeah.
Is all I'm saying.
Yeah?
I called it real early.
You wanted to put her on lay-by?
I said... Fucking hell. I had a good look, and I said potential.
Potential?
Yeah.
About a child?
She was...
Are you on some sort of register? I just like this because my friend here, he's very confident. Well, not hugely confident, but your body language is you've really puffed up about this. This is what I like. This show is bringing this out of you.
Well, normally, I'm a bit more sort of subdued.
Yes.
But this is why you've deliberately picked this topic.
I have. I've picked something that's really going to arc you up.
But you want to talk about... I'm back around to Harry. I've never left Harry. Look, Adrian and Rocky, that's a beautiful relationship. Yeah. We can't dispute that. But I don't see how it compares to the bond between Harry, Ron, and Hermione, and for many reasons. They go through their entire childhood together. Yeah. They follow and they tackle adversity after adversity after adversity after adversity.
There's a few adversities.
There's a lot of there's 8 movies,
oh, right,
so there's lots of adversities. Taking down the greatest dark wizard that we've ever seen, bringing down an army of dark wizards, bringing unity in the wizarding community, and let's be honest, and you can get upset with me. Adrian has her first battle of some description. Yeah. She dies.
She had cancer.
She died. One battle she had to fight, and she lost.
Oh, Jesus. She wasn't the fighter. Rocky's the fighter, and Rocky has cancer in Creed, and he fights that, and he comes through good. See? It's all about Rocky. He's the star of the movie. But their love story is the major thing that ties through the first few, and then after that, they just needed to go somewhere else. But they went back to the honest story of Rocky just trying to prove himself, because he tries to prove himself to his son. And that's that. It now becomes the father-son relationship.
Don't bring daddy issues into this, because you know you'll sway me.
I know, because
this is not fair.
You're talking to 2 lads here that have no fathers.
this is bullshit. You can't play this card on me.
We message each
now.
other every day, every year on Father's Day, like, "Happy Father's Day, get a dad." There's a reason why we hug each other and cry in Rocky movies, you know. We both need love, but. No,
we're fundamentally broken.
We are broken. That's why I relate so strongly to the Rocky character. You know, I mean, like like I said, the love story is what ties it together. Much like the original, and I will fight anybody in the room about the best version of The Office, the UK one. It's not. Oh, I'll fight you. I'll fucking fight you.
I'm already puffing.
Yeah. The thing is, that everyone thinks that show's about Ricky Gervais, and it's not. It's about their love story. And if you watch both seasons, because that's the whole thing about TV shows, if you keep them to 2 seasons and a Christmas special, just let well enough be alone. You know, like just let it go. Let it sit there and just be brilliant. Don't have to keep writing it into the ground till you go, yeah, right, I don't really watch that anymore.
Yeah,
so that, and if you watch that whole show isn't about, like, he's just the sidekick. You think it's about Ricky Gervais, but it's not. It's the underlying love story. So the same way that you think Rocky's just a story about blokes punching each other, it's a love story, and then it's a story about a man trying to prove to his son that he doesn't need to make excuses for his life and he can step out of his shadow. And then it goes to the same thing with the Creed films. It follows through, and then the same story. And you know where I'm going to go with this? The fact that they picked the stories of the Creed is about trying to find the kid trying to make a name for himself because he's the illegitimate child of Apollo Creed.
Correct. And
they want to use his name to capitalise it, but he wants to prove that he's own man. Right. And they cast Michael B. Jordan, who has to put a B in the middle of his fucking name because everyone will equate him with Michael Jordan. It's just brilliant casting, not just picking some cute, hot little girl and trying to tell everyone she's ugly and an outcast. That is good casting. How can you deny that?
I've got a huge man crush on Michael B. Jordan. I'll never deny the quality of the casting.
I don't want to look at your searches on your phone. I'm a bit nervous.
All right, you want to talk about adversity, right?
Yes.
Let's go back. Let's look at Harry across the entire arc.
Yes.
All right. I've mentioned no parents. Gone.
Yep.
Abusive aunt and uncle.
Yep.
Then he gets to school. Finally finds out he's got some family in his Godfather series. What happens to him?
I don't know. I've seen the movies.
Dead. Oh. One book. See you later. Thanks for coming. Oh. Remus Lupin, the other guy that could potentially be a father figure to him. Dead. All right?
Yeah, I'm still with me. Yeah, kick.
Dumbledore.
Because I've got one to knock you down and win this.
Dumbledore. Yeah? He's illegitimate sort of father in many respects. He's a bit of a prick to him.
Yeah.
Basically builds him up.
He's Miyagi, if you will.
He's Miyagi. If Miyagi was I was going to use the C word then, I won't use that. Basically, his whole life convinces him that he needs to go on this quest. Completely uses him, completely manipulates him to eventually let himself be killed to save the world. It's very complex if you don't know what Horcruxes are. I'm not going to try and explain it to you, Specky.
That's good, thanks.
He dies. Snape, who he finds out at the end, loved his mum, was there to protect him the whole time, even though he was an arsehole to him his entire sort of life. He dies. Everybody in this kid's life dies, yet he keeps getting up time and time and time and time and time again. Eventually wipes out Voldemort. This is the absolute pinnacle, and to me, just this kid is hope encapsulated in I was going to say little boy. That sounds wrong. It's hope encapsulated.
Almost sounds the story of Jesus.
In this story arc, Rocky punches 3 dudes in the head. One of them's Mr. T.
Yeah.
And he
fights Hulk Hogan too.
And he fights Hulk Hogan. All right. Good on him. Like, Harry has to overcome all of this. And what's beautiful about that is Harry never, as much as all the burden and the pressure is on him, there's a beautiful message in there about the power of friendship, of all these people that he draws on time and time again to help him overcome all of this adversity. It's about love, it's about connection, it's about all the things that make life worth living. And, you know, I just don't see how Rocky does that. Besides, I get your message about, and my screensaver, to sort of, I don't want to give you this point, but my screensaver is that whole quote about nothing hits harder than life.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful quote.
Oh, he goes and does good monologues.
He does some great monologues, but it's still about boxing, man. Like, it's just two dudes in a ring. This guy saved the fucking universe, I assume. He saved the universe like 4 times.
Facts don't matter on this
Facts
show.
don't matter on this
That's
show.
one of our mottos. Facts don't matter, so don't look this up.
He took down Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah.
And he's an amazing actor.
He's a good actor.
I haven't even gotten to the acting side of this thing.
Yeah?
But I won't yet.
Yeah, there's too much CGI.
Well, of course there is. They're
'cause that's
fucking
what-
shooting spells, man.
Exactly. So this is why this is my sort of, you know, with all puns intended, knockout punch. This is why, because Rocky takes place in the real world. Now, one of the biggest rivalries that's been going on since our childhood is the fighting between Russia and America. And Rocky Balboa not only beats Ivan Drago, who's cheating on steroids, by the way.
The Russians cheat on steroids, never.
And Stallone would never do steroids.
Never.
And they fight. And they fight in Russia. And not only does he beat the big, dirty, cheating Russian, he also causes their Mikhail Gorbachev character in the movie to stand up and applaud him and apparently ends the Cold War with one fight. I don't know. Like, you can save the universe in Fantasyland, but I know that one man punched another man so well that 2 countries stopped fighting. They'd been fighting for years. So, I don't know. I think that in the real world scheme of things is definitely a win for Rocky.
You think? That's
Oh,
definitely
mate.
not a fantasy world.
No, that's real, mate. It was real. I saw it. There was like the posters and there was people. And he says, I think this is what he says, is like, I see a lot of people changing. And if I could change and you could change, everybody can change. So that was a documentary, that part. You didn't know that. That really happened. And they filmed the rest of the backstory around it. But that fight really happened and he saved the world.
Can I hear that Stallone again? That was incredible.
I only have a little bit limited amount of Stallone. It hurts the throat. It's not great. So this is what we're going to do on our show. We've got a live crowd here. We've got a captive audience. You guys have to join in on this. I'm making sure. I'll fight. I'll come down there. So we are going to... Who is on... We can do it by applause. We can go a couple of times. First of all, Team Shags and Harry Potter. Oh, that's some lonely clapping there. Or who is on Everybody Can Change, Rocky's the best movie? Yes! You know, I think that was close. We'll go again. No, we'll go again. Just go again because we need to pad out time. You don't know how to work a live show, kid. You need
Don't know how to work anything.
Once again for Harry Potter. That was a sarcastic clap the second time. Oh, mate. Oh, and once again, victory lap for Rocky Balboa saving the world from the Russians.
This is bullshit.
Told you, mate. I
You
had to
dragged
knock
me
out
out of
both.
bed for this
I
shit.
did.
You're lucky I got a fucking free beer.
Oh, no, you have to pay for both beers on the way out. So that's going to be us for this week, guys. We definitely hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for coming. Thanks for tuning into the show. Thanks for coming to the Adelaide Podcast Festival. Thanks for coming to the Elephant British Pub. There we go, now the second time. And thanks to Young Henry, our sponsor. Huge fan of your beer. Anytime I can get a free anything, I will plug you to the end of the earth. But that's going to be us for this week. We'll speak to you soon. Peace.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.